Hey everyone, Lucas got a small new amp and we thought it might be interesting for a few of you guys, so we do a small video also comparing it a little bit with the Katana Mini. I pre-ordered the Spark Go and received it a few weeks ago. The reason why I wanted it is because of its small footprint. It is extremely small, as you can see, especially also compared to another small practice amp, the Boss Katana Mini. This one is considerably smaller. It is pretty light. You can also use it as a Bluetooth speaker. It has rechargeable batteries and it uses the same USB-C plug as your phone, for example. So this is really handy and you can just put it in your gig bag or in your case and take it along with you. Of course, it's mainly a practice amp. You can definitely not gig with it. Don't make any illusions about that. For me, I just use it next to the guitar, maybe use a backing track and just use it to jam a little, and for that it's great. It doesn't have a lot of controls. Let's start with that maybe. On this side you have the button to turn it on and the USB plug. The green light down here indicates that it's on and relatively fully charged. What's the color if it's not fully charged anymore when it's close to dying? Then it turns to yellow. So this is a big advantage over the Katana Mini. That one does not have any indicator what the battery life is anymore at all. You're using AA batteries. I'm using rechargeable AA batteries, so you can also do this, but you need an external charger for that. So this is already a big plus in my book, so you know when it's about to die and how long you can still use it. This big knob here right next to the input jack is the volume knob for the guitar, and the noise you just heard, it signals that you reach the maximum volume for the guitar audio. Up here you have music plus and minus to increase the music of a backing track or anything that's coming in via Bluetooth. Headphone out and a button to go through the presets. So you don't have any controls like an EQ section, volume gain, or for the delay like on the Katana Mini or on the big Spark, the Spark 40. You just have these preset buttons. And if you just use it as a practice amp and you don't want to fiddle around in the app, you just have to program 4 different presets. I have on the preset one a clean, then crunch on the second one, a lead tone with mid gain and delay on the third preset, and the fourth one is like metal tone. And that's what I mostly use, so I don't have to use the phone all the time, because that's not something I enjoy, to have always the phone right next to me. We have it hooked up now to the Spark app, of course, but that's mostly for demonstration purposes. Yeah, so this one has 4 watts? Or what's it? 5 watts. 4 or 5 watts. Yeah. This one has 7 watts. Obviously, as Lucas already showed, you have the EQ, bass, middle, treble. You have 3 settings for brown sound, crunch and clean, with a small switch over here. But this one doesn't have Bluetooth, and no app
nothing extra.
It's really an old school amp, let's call it that way, just not with tubes. So what you have is also a delay on this one, and that's the only effect you will get. You can also plug in here DC input, and you have an auxiliary in where you can also let backing tracks through it, and also headphones out, so you can also play with headphones. And same like on this one. I would say the biggest advantage of the Spark Go is the Spark environment with, I think it's over 30 amps and 40 effects, something like that. And you have a lot of options to tweak on the app, just to find the right sound and effects chain that you enjoy. The speaker this one has inside is 4-inch. This one only has a 2-inch speaker. And in terms of volume, when we shoot them out against each other, this one is much louder, like a lot by a lot. There are some options to tweak it and to increase the level. You can in the app add a boost and use the EQ to increase the volume again, but if it's too much gain, the speaker starts distorting and the whole thing is rattling. So it's not really loud, and it's not meant to be. Just to have that in mind, I think that's really important, because in a lot of videos about the Spark Go, they just demonstrate it with the recording sound and not the in-the-room sound, and we will just show you the recording sound, the in-the-room sound, of course.
What we also noticed when recording, in comparison to the normal Spark, the Spark 40 that we are also having, with the Spark 40 we always had the issue that what you hear in the room with the Spark 40 is completely different from what you're recording. The sound.
Because of the bassy speaker.
The bassy speaker, everything, the EQ, it just does not sound like the recording when you're going in. With this one, it was extremely close, so I would really trust this one to just, let it play and be confident that what I'm hearing here is pretty much what I'm recording also.
And also the headphones out is great sounding, really great. Pretty much the same as with the speakers, and if you like the sound through the speaker, you can also get an awesome sound with headphones if you prefer to play with headphones. And as an audio interface, you can also use this with regular pedals. So you can basically use this as a clean pedal platform and put some of your expensive or less expensive overdrives and whatever in front of it, and it sounds pretty good.
It was surprisingly good, yeah.
I think the price in euro is, I got it pre-ordered, so I only paid a bit over 100 euro. I think the regular price is 119, and the Katana Mini goes for about 110-ish, something like that. So about the same price range, and in the US this might be a little bit more expensive. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's 129 US dollars. But they're not that far apart, and for this you also need batteries or the DC in. So Martin is in charge of the phone and the app, just to show you what it's capable of. My presets were made with a guitar with humbuckers, and I'm on the neck single coil of my American Professional Strat now, so it's... So that's now without the drive pedal. And now please increase on the amp.
On the amp, okay, one moment. On the amp, the gain.
The gain. So, as you can see, it gets a lot louder when you change the settings. But as I mentioned, I wanted a really clean sound with humbuckers. So let's go to the bridge humbucker. Not sure if that comes across, but the speaker was now distorting.
I've changed now and back to the original preset.
That's the hardware.
It's the rhythm. Again with the boost.
Okay, let's go to the...
What's with this preset also is, in the back of the preset is the EQ pedal, and the level is increased afterwards, so I'm not sure if you can...
Yeah, the slider that's up is the volume. This one clean, the settings, treble and mid a little bit pushed, bass at around 12, and volume is also at about 12 o'clock, and gain, and this is the clean channel, so...
My issue with the Katana Mini was always that it's a little bit muffled. It always sounds a little bit muffled if you're not on the bridge pickup. It works fairly well with a tele on a bridge pickup, but more on a Strat. That's very different to the Spark Go, because that one sounds a bit boxy to me in the room. Well, this one does not sound boxy; it's just quiet.
Yeah, it's some kind of hi-fi sound through this, and also backing tracks.
Yeah.
And to use it as a Bluetooth speaker, it sounds great. It's the full range speaker.
It's just like a stereo.
Yeah.
Where you're hearing it from. It's and
just
that
not,
one is
not that loud.
Just really quiet.
I think it's pretty loud if you just use it as for backing tracks or to play music. Then it's not too bad volume-wise.
Yeah.
That is the crunch setting now. It's dark sounding now. I just need a bit more treble.
I usually turn the bass all the way down.
I want to play a riff now from a Bryan Adams song, and I want to go through presets 2, 3, and 4. Just, can you maybe then push the button once I'm finished? So those were the big differences. The third preset. Oh, this sounds awesome.
Of the distorted one. Yeah, it sounds clearer.
That one is called Angle Fireball, and I found it like this. Maybe I tweaked it a little for the Spark Go, but I also had this for the Spark 40, and I also think it nails the angle tone pretty nicely. That's why I put it on the presets. We need a brown sound of the Spark, the Katana now. Okay, now we need a little bit bass maybe.
What's one of my favorite sounds on the Katana Mini is that one with
The brown?
the brown with the gain pretty much back to clean, reduce the volume on the guitar as well. And
Which pickup?
I think I used the middle. You can also try the neck.
You can use that for a bluesy sound, yeah?
Yeah.
Sounds...
So
I prefer this tone to when it's
when it's
higher
cranked,
gain, because I didn't enjoy the sound too much.
The volume is cranked now. The gain is almost all the way down on the brown channel.
See? So is this pretty much the setting you would use when you play with it, or do you use all the different amps?
I use the
And ones.
clean and this
one.
setting, especially with a Strat.
Let's see if we can find a similar tone with the Spark.
I can tell you exactly how you get a similar tone.
Which
on
preset?
not necessarily a preset. You take the Yngwie Malmsteen Plexi.
Okay, let's try that live. That's the YJM 100.
Yeah.
Settings.
Settings, you reduce the gain to 2, something like this, yeah.
2.2 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the volume usually
Up.
yeah.
Pushed or something. More treble or something.
Could be a little bit more bass. You can use the clean boost probably
Clean boost.
a little bit.
Booster. Push the treble a little bit.
Yeah. Now I'm reducing the tone a little bit on the guitar as well to
And you're on
counter this.
position 2. Okay.
This is one of my favorite sounds on the Spark.
Cool. I need to save that now. Save as new. How should I call this one? Martin, creamy tone. Martin's favorite.
Yeah, for the rhythm, increasing the tone a little bit more.
And if we go crazy now and I increase the gain, then it would sound completely different. Maybe it will probably be distorting. Gain to 10 now. Okay, I reduce it. Was probably distorting on the mic.
See, I've reduced the tone again on that one.
Another volume. Yeah, it just shows it's pretty easy to set up presets. You can save the presets to the Spark. You can share them in the tone cloud, and if you're on the tone cloud,
and that's something the Spark, the Positive Grid software, really does well, in my opinion, is this cleaning up with these amps.
Yeah, it's pretty realistic
Because
like a tube amp or a proper amp, big amp.
You've just heard that plexi sound. That's one of the higher gain models.
Yeah.
Classified in there, but I've played it clean, right?
Yeah, but
Essentially.
yeah, the game was at 2.2 in the beginning, and when I cranked it, it was also extremely loud.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. There are a lot of presets. Zach Wild made some, and very effects heavy. Rhythm, that was a lead sound, and now rhythm. And that's like an acoustic one. It's not ending. There's so much you can do, and that's true for all the Spark amps. But to me, what I really love about this one, it's very small. I think it sounds great while not being too loud, and maybe even if it's too loud, you can use headphones. I think it also sounds almost better when you put it like this, when you flat.
Yeah, you get also a lot of response, especially if you're having it on a wood table, for example, into the table.
It's vibrating.
And
Yeah.
the table is vibrating.
It depends a little bit on the preset, but sometimes it sounds better like this. Sometimes it's directed at you, standing upright. Whatever floats your boat, eventually.
And there are 3 settings you can select for the speaker, as far as I remember, right? Or for the amp, how it should.
Even 4 EQ scenarios. You
EQ
have
scenarios.
balanced, rock, acoustic, and bass, which also changes the sound drastically. In the beginning, I had rock, but when we tried it, so it's always good to have a friend over who is playing, or the other way around, and you're changing the settings so you can focus on one thing and not play and listen.
Yeah.
And then the balance sounded much nicer,
Yeah, clearer.
clearer. The rock one was muddier or more distorting because it's for rock tones. How can we wrap this up? Let's start with, am I happy with the Spark Go, and or do I regret buying it? No, I don't regret buying it. It's great for what it does. I think it sounds great. Some of the presets are distorting. It's not really loud, but that's not what I wanted. That's not what I needed. I wanted the small practice amp. I usually use it with a wireless system, and you can take it easily with you wherever you go, and it's so small. As I mentioned, you can put it in a gig bag or in a pocket maybe. And it's rechargeable. You have access to a lot of sounds. You can save your 4 favorite sounds to the amp, to the hardware, so you don't need your phone if that's something that bugs you. Yeah, of course it's limited in terms of controls, as you don't have an EQ setting like this, but this amp is tone-wise a little bit more limited, obviously, because it has 3 amp settings. And yeah, the comparison lacks a little bit because this is more like modern tech, and this one is like a bit, yeah,
It's just an amp.
it's just an amp. It's not even Bluetooth ready or something, but it works. It does the job, and it's a lot louder and a little bit cheaper. So.
Yeah. So what I did with this one already is I've went on a hiking trip, had my Squire Strat with me, had this one with me. Someone else had a Dreadnought with him.
For that, it's plenty loud to hold up.
It's loud enough to hold up in the open, on the campfire. So
This one wouldn't.
This one wouldn't hold up on the campfire. It would just drain there. So that's for this one is not enough. This one is enough for you to take with yourself play for yourself, practice. Use
backing
headphones,
tracks with
use
headphones.
backing tracks. Maybe use it to record.
Yeah, it sounds really good recorded. There are lots of demos where you only hear the recorded sounds. You can rely on those tones if you like them. It's really that great sounding.
This is where this one shines. This one is more like the one, where you can also jam with an acoustic guitar.
Maybe a little bit more traditional, and this with the app which you have to use at some point. I think it's a pretty cool piece of hardware. I'm happy with it, and I can definitely recommend it if you're looking for a new practice amp and are interested in this one. And with that, we hope this video helped you and our pretty in-depth review and comparison also to the Katana Mini. And we hope to see you around and see you in another video. Bye.
Bye.